Greetings and good evening again, and this is the part of the show where we're going to talk about the Ultimate Warrior. Quite. Right, anyway, so, Al, one of the questions that we're going to put, because when we first started the show we had a big idea for a segment called Sergeant Slaughter's Helmet, which we may yet bring back.
We do actually have a helmet.
We do actually have a military style helmet. What? You need sugar as well?
Yeah. Just brings a handful across. It's like clocks doing the rest of the show again. Okay.
Anyway, we're going to have a section called Sergeant Slaughter's Helmet, which is basically going to be lots of random questions set into a military style helmet that we seem to have gained from someone.
It's Clark's helmet.
It's Clark's helmet. Probably out jogging. Anyway, so we just had those random questions, so we just decided to look down the list, and the first one we came to was, did you like The Ultimate Warrior? But by the fact he's been in the news recently...
We've read it then.
By the fact he's been in the news recently as having an angle in Spain with Orlando Jordan of all people, you wouldn't really put the two of them
Really?
together. He's Orlando Jordan wrestles for some wrestling in Spain now, and apparently the Ultimate Warrior had him running last time, and the idea is to have a match between the Ultimate Warrior and Orlando Jordan in Madrid.
In Madrid, yeah, well...
Madrid. At some stage.
That'll be the best 2 minutes entertainment Madrid's ever seen, I'll tell you that.
Yeah, so anyway, so Al, the Ultimate Warrior, did you like him?
I must admit I am a Warrior fan. I'm a fan of him in the ring, but out the ring I must admit he's done some things that don't sound very good. But in the ring I think he was excellent. Obviously he's not the best technical wrestler and you're not going to get a classic match. But is that what you watch the Warrior for? Do you watch the Warrior to see him technically wrestle with head scissors and arm locks and, you know, like Ric Flair type wrestling? And no, you don't. You watch the Warrior to just clothesline the shite out of someone. That's what you watch the Warrior for.
I actually remember he clotheslined the shit out of some guy at WrestleMania 12, and I can't remember who he was, some unknown fella. Who? Yeah, him. Yeah, that was fun that evening. Why can't they bring that one back? Talking about WrestleMania Ultimate Warrior, there is a small, speaking of a rumour going around, and he seems to have done a bit of a Hogan and tried to kind of book himself on this one. WrestleMania 25, Warrior versus McMahon. Which, the more I think about it, the more I think I would mark like a freak for that one.
Yes, so I would, oh my god, that would be better than sex for me. I forgot what it is. But yes, if that happened, I would love that so much.
What, sex or Ultimate Warrior?
Either, but I prefer the Warrior.
Right, fair enough. Okay. Yeah, that would be, you know, for a 5-minute match in the card wrestling, because I mean, WrestleMania 25 is going to be
5 minutes? Oh, you're giving them, you're giving them credit there.
Even 5 minutes, yeah. 4 minutes, that's the entrance. No, if you could just come in and smash McMahon for some reason, that would be just really, really hilarious. I don't know, or, you know, they wouldn't work in some kind of street fight or something like that, like you had with Hogan.
I reckon McMahon should come out, mouth off, say, I'll challenge any wrestler in this arena to a match, and then his music hits.
Yeah, if he came out, and, well, no, they'd have to advertise it beforehand. It could have to be on Raw, like maybe a month earlier, or something like that, and they could just sort of, you know, Vince McMahon should come out and just basically stand in the middle of the ring and say, oh, all these ex-employees of mine, I'm sick of all these people, you know, running down the WWE and blah, 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 blah. And this kind of stuff, and it'll just be like, and that'll just be hilarious.
But you imagine the pop if his music, when his music hits.
It would be incredible.
They did do that once before. It was a fake one. You know, I hate when they do fake ones when they play people's musics. It was back in '99, I think it was Jericho. It was Jericho segment that played the Warriors music, and obviously it was a bit of a thing in the crowd. And the Fink came out. Running to the ringside like a warrior, because Chris Jericho convinced him he's a wrestler and he can wrestle like a warrior. Because he came out to Warriors music, which didn't go down too well with the fans, really.
No, not really. No, we did it with Bret Hart as well, didn't we?
Yeah, was that when they had the midget come out? They did that straight after the whole Montreal thing. Yeah. Shawn Michaels said he's going to publicly apologise to Bret Hart. Out he comes in the midget just as Bret Hart came out. Yeah.
No, that was a bit shit.
I hate when they do fake musics.
It's not good. It's not good. No, it's I can't remember. As far as the Warrior goes, I quite liked him. I thought it was good. I'm with you on that. When you're a kid and you watch wrestling and you kind of look at the Warrior and you think, wow, because he was a guy who, like, you know, basically everyone else was like, you know, sort of black trunks and all this kind of stuff, and he's going to come into the ring lumbering. And here's this guy with like this mentalist music and just an absolute raving lunatic nutcase. It's just amazing. I mean, I think probably if you were to make a list of all the biggest mark-out moments of me watching wrestling, I'd say WrestleMania 8 is probably up there when he came back when Hogan was.
I enjoyed that. Not only it was he was helping Hogan as well. Like felt a real friendship. I believe there was a little bit of a friendship in real life, but you felt sort of a thing between the two of them.
Yeah, but about 2 years earlier they had a title match against each other. You know, that was absolutely amazing. That was fantastic. Watch that again. You know. A couple of months ago now, it's unbelievable the amount of people that were there.
Yeah,
in comparison to today.
Who's your dome, I believe.
Yeah, the Who's Your Dome. It was absolutely phenomenal. There was loads of folk.
To be fair, I didn't think there was many highlights to WrestleMania 8, but I thought that was one. Obviously, Piper Bret Hart was one, but
Piper Bret Hart was a cool match.
The match itself was awful. Sid Vicious, Hogan, awful.
Oh, terrible.
But the ending sort of made up for it a bit.
Although you do get in the end, as I say, when Warrior's doing this whole kind of thing like that, you do get Papa Shango continuously going.
Yeah, waiting for his clothesline. That was waiting a long time.
That was really good. That was really good. No, but no, as I say, when you look back at it with a bit more experience, a bit more knowledge as you do at the age we are now, you look back on wrestling and matches you used to love when you were a kid, and probably the word doesn't really age very well. That kind of thing. Because as you say, it wasn't very technical. It wasn't, you know, it was very, very stiff. Basically.
Yeah, but see, I don't know. You see, because I brought up 180s wrestling, I can watch it back now and still love the stuff.
You've still been brought up on 80s wrestling.
I am. I don't know if it's just because it was a kid and it reminds me of being a kid, but I could watch the stuff all day. I think it's fantastic.
You often go on about.
But yeah, about it. Yeah. But one thing about Warrior I think it is mentioned is the famous hold up that he supposedly did. If anyone's got the self-destruction a little bit Warrior DVD, they'll know exactly what I'm on about. SummerSlam 91, apparently about half an hour before ring set to go out for the main event, told Vince he wouldn't go out unless he was paid so many thousands of dollars. Which sort of tied Vince's hands because that means he's promoted the match and that's Hogan fighting 3 guys on his own. And it put McMahon in the situation that he basically had to pay him to get the match because he fired him afterwards. Then rehired them, then fired them, then rehired them,
fired them again,
and then possibly rehired them again for next year, but we don't know that.
We don't know that. As I say, it's a small, tiny chink. I don't know if it'll happen.
And that side of things is unprofessional. But you've never heard the Warriors side of that story.
No, this is it. That's what always. I mean, the whole self-destruction of Warrior DVD is a bit weird to me because I mean Vince McMahon made a heck of a lot of money off the Ultimate Warrior.
Oh yeah, especially since Hogan in the 90s didn't want to wrestle as much to do his films.
Yeah.
So they had to sort of pass it on to someone else and Warriors fairly good.
And that's what I don't like. I don't like the fact that, you know, Vince seems to casually forget that, you know, okay, he might not have been able to wrestle a great technical match, he might have been a bit of a pain in the arse backstage, whatever, but he made Vince a shitload of money. And that, you know, when you look at it, apparently the Bret Hart DVD box set, the best there is, the best there was, the best there will be, which I still think is a fantastic DVD box.
No, yeah.
Was going to be this along similar lines to Self-Destruct. They were basically going to say, oh, Bret Hart was a pile of shit. And they'd actually filmed, apparently, people being interviewed saying that Bret Hart was a pile of shit, to include in the DVD, until Bret Hart one day went, well, I'll work with you on it. And then it was like, all of a sudden, it's like, oh yeah, right, he was the greatest wrestler ever.
That's what I mean, you can't say Bret Hart, in a way you can't say Warriors bad, because you had WrestleMania 5, 6 and 7, you had 3 really good matches in each WrestleMania, but in that DVD they put it down with the opponent in every single one. But you've got to have, 2 years have to be, you can't have one match with one good wrestler, you have to have 2 good wrestlers.
No, you have to have 2 people with ability in it.
Yeah.
Certainly, I would agree with that. I just think he does get treated a bit unfairly. Okay, he has certain opinions now which are perhaps...
Yeah, but
as far as where we're looking at from a wrestling standpoint, I do think Ultimate Warrior does get a bit of a raw deal.
He got exactly what management wanted out of him, really, and exactly what fans in the ring, anyway, exactly what they wanted. Maybe outside the ring wasn't professional, he didn't communicate well, he was a bit interested in money, people say stuff like that, but in the ring he gave short matches, but that's what you expect. It's like Goldberg, he was doing squash matches, that's what fans came to see.
So, people just, you know, the whole Goldberg thing was entrances and things like that. Anyway, we're just about out of time, so this is it from episode 6 of The Burning Table.